Technology is advancing rapidly. We are waking up and becoming more conscious each day. So the old paradigm of an alpha man and feminine woman aren't serving us in relationships anymore. I introduce you to the hybrid lover, TM. Welcome to the Abundance Hack Show, where we are inspiring you to ditch the outdated beliefs, release the blocks, and fully embrace your sovereignty so you can confidently expand to allow more love, joy, and aligned success in your life. I am Niajae, your conscious accountability partner, reminding you that abundance is your birthright. Hey M&Ms, thank you for tuning in to the Abundance Hack Show. What are you manifesting in your life today? If you have been listening to the last few episodes, thank you for sticking with me. And I have gone down a rabbit hole, really trying to figure out what all of this means. So it started with an epiphany that I had, and I was talking to Danielle Laura, relationship expert and energy healer, about divine energy, stepping into your divine masculine, stepping into your divine feminine, and then really like honoring our needs and what we need in relationships and not suppressing it and feeling like, okay, I'm not receiving this. So I decided I don't need it anymore. And then really taking a look at our pre-programming. Were you taught something that's actually working against you in allowing in the divine union that you truly desire? So I think I've become really good at channeling the downloads and channeling the wisdom through me. So this last download that I received, oh, it's good. It's good. And it was so good. I didn't think twice about it. I'm like, trademark, website, done. This is happening. So I want to introduce you to the hybrid lover. And let me just give some background. I was having a conversation because I've been deep into this topic. And if you've been listening to the podcast for a while, you know that I typically do an interview, a solo episode, interview, solo episode. But I've been so deep into this topic, I haven't put on an interview because I'm like, we have to keep this going. The feedback has been amazing. I have people reaching out like, man, like this resonated and I felt this deep. So this is what has come out of this rabbit hole that I have gone down. So I was having a conversation. I've had multiple conversations, if I'm being honest, about divine energy and an alpha man and a beta man and all of the things. And so through all of this concept of a hybrid lover was created. So what is a hybrid lover? It's someone who is in their divine energy and honors both their masculine and feminine energy, truly embodies it, and shows up their best in relationships to cultivate deeper connections. Like, do you feel that? Do you feel that? Let me say it one more time. So the hybrid lover is someone who is in their divine energy and honors both their masculine and feminine, truly embodies it, and shows up their best in relationships to cultivate a deeper connection. The reality is we are waking up and becoming more conscious. So the old ways are outdated and no longer serving us, because I'm like, okay, divorce rates are insane. Dating is challenging. And we're in a society that's moving so fast. Technology is improving rapidly. We have more access to things than ever. So naturally, the old ways, the old paradigm of men and women, what a man should be, what a woman should be, isn't serving us anymore. However, there's a lot of programming that definitely isn't like negative programming that definitely isn't serving us, that we have to heal from. So when I receive this download, I'm just like, this makes sense. Think about how we're becoming more environmentally conscious and cars are becoming electronic and like hybrid cars, and things are moving in that direction. So why would we not move in that direction with our programming? Makes perfect sense to me. So it's time for us to update our programming and how we're showing up in relationships, because we live in a time of like dating apps. You have more access, so it's not going to be the same as it was back in the day when we didn't have the internet and smartphones where we can swipe and get a date like this. So it's time for us to update our programming and also embrace the duality and divinity in each of us. It's time to embrace the duality and divinity in each of us. So, this all started because I was having a conversation with someone, and they were saying, like, I don't really know if I'm a beta man or alpha man. And as we kind of peeled the layers back, we realized they're both. And we made a joke. We made a joke because this is someone that I know that is a business owner, married, has multiple children, and he definitely is an alpha man in the real world, like multiple businesses, takes action, gets it done, very well known in his field. But then he says he's he says he's a beta man at home. And so I'm like, okay, alpha man in the streets, beta man in the streets. I have to make jokes of things because I think I'm funny. But basically what we came to the conclusion of is that you can be an alpha man in the world, take action, have follow through, and protect and provide. But when it comes to home, be nurturing to your partner. And that is, I was like, that's it. That is the key. And so for a woman, women are empowered these days. Like, we are starting businesses and building empires and breaking records. And that duality, we also have to remember to be soft and feminine and sensual. And that is where this all came in. I'm like, that's it. Light bulb, epiphany, download, however you want to break it down. I was like, that is it. It's all about being a hybrid lover. So I also I also realized, like, because I was sitting here like, okay, these are the benefits of a beta man. These are the benefits of an alpha man. And like, which one do I want? And I really was like thinking, like, do I need to only date alpha men? Or like, well, I've dated beta men, and I'm like sitting here trying to choose. And it dawned on me, like, we don't have to choose. We don't have to choose. We can have both. Hello, abundance. That is my brand. Not having to choose, because society will lead you to believe that you have to choose between a great career or business and a family. You don't have to choose between either or. You truly can have both. You truly can have it all. It just requires some work, but abundance. So finding someone who encompasses and embodies both the masculine and feminine energy. So this is not something that automatically happens. Like, this person is automatically going to take action, have follow through, provide and protect, and also be sweet and nurturing. It doesn't just happen that way. It's choosing to be that way. And same for women. Women don't just naturally take action and can be soft and feminine and sensual. Like, it's choosing to be that way. We have the ability to choose how we show up in the world. We have the ability to choose our values and attract a partner that shares similar beliefs and values. So this you guys, this is the key. I feel like I'm telling you a secret, like, come in closer. This is the key for men and women. The man to embody that divine masculine and honor his feminine energy. Nurturing is feminine energy. Okay. So let's dive into why the outdated typical alpha man will not work. So if you think about like when you have an alpha man that's like running an empire and he's super successful, so he's busy. And if he's too busy for his woman, that, I mean, that's going to destroy a relationship. So I do believe that everything within reason, it's going to vary from person to person, but the days of like a woman just being ignored are over. She's going to be on to the next. So the days of saying like, okay, I've been working all day, I don't have time to ask you how your day was, I don't have time to ask you how you're feeling, those days are over. Those days are over. And then also not talking about your emotions, not talking about your emotions, because men are not supposed to have emotions. Like these are like outdated belief systems or outdated blocks. I think it's a block. So when we tell little boys suck it up and be a man, that's stored in their subconscious, and then as grown men, they don't know how to talk about their emotions or feelings, and they have a lot of shame around their emotions and feelings. Those days are over. We're waking up, we're becoming more conscious. And so we know now that when you suppress an emotion and it turns into a trapped emotion, it turns into a physical ailment. And we want to live healthy, happy, vibrant lives. So we have to learn how to talk about our emotions. Men, okay? This is for you. So that outdated like suck it up and be a man, and you know, they used to say back in a day like women should be seen and not heard. Have you heard that? Oh my goodness. Those days are over. Those days are over. You have to nurture your woman. You have to listen to your woman. You have to talk to your woman. If you want a true divine union, a conscious relationship, okay. So the reason why an outdated stereotypical feminine woman will not work is because these days women are not going to sit down and shut up. They're not going to do it anymore. We're strong, we're outspoken, we're empowered, and we are going after what we want. We're not going to sit down and shut up. We're not. So things have changed and advanced. And so we have to advance with everything else. And let me be clear, because I think just like I think there's toxic masculinity, I believe that there's toxic independence. So let me be clear. I'm specifically I'm saying, even though we are going to go after what we want and we're not going to sit down and shut up anymore, we do want men. So this is not, you know, I I'm independent, I don't need a man. It's not about that. And it's not about not allowing a man to control us. We want a king to stand beside. We want a lion to run wild with. So that outdated system of, you know, a man and then like the woman being almost beneath him rather than the queen to his king is over. Like it is time now to step into our divine energy, stepping into your divine masculine and having that divine feminine next to you, stepping into your divine feminine and allowing that divine masculine in your reality. Whew. Okay. So what does it actually look like to be a hybrid man, a hybrid male lover, to be in your divine masculine without it turning into toxic masculinity? So the toxic masculinity, if I had to break it down easily, is someone who is overcompensating with ego and pride, and they have something to prove because there's something within that they're trying to cover up. So it's someone who's like overly aggressive and overly controlling and dominating and just like kind of presenting themselves like people are beneath them almost. So that to me is toxic masculinity, where you always have your chest poked out and you have something to prove. So the hybrid man is comfortable in his masculinity. He doesn't have anything to prove because he is comfortable in himself, and he's comfortable with the feminine aspects. So so communication and nurturing and listening are all feminine aspects. So he's able to take action in the world and follow through. Follow through is so important for me these days. So take action in the world, follow through, protect and provide, and still nurture his relationship, honor his feelings, communicate and listen. Woo! Isn't that exciting? I'm just like, yes, please, one hybrid man. I'll take it. All right, you guys know I have to like throw some humor in there, and I really think I'm funny. Okay, so what is a hybrid woman? So the hybrid woman is a woman that is confident and thrives in her career, runs her business, and takes action, and still able to be soft and feminine and sensual with her man. So this is not a woman who's like, I'm independent, I don't need a man. Now, if you didn't listen to the last episode, definitely go check it out. We have a lot of programming. I was taught to be independent. I was taught to never depend on a man. I was taught to always have my own. And we have women who get offended if, a guy offers to pay for a date, or, they're like, I can open my own door. So that's not what I'm talking about. I am talking about women who are ambitious, women who do stand for something. They have passion and purpose, and they're making an impact in the world, and still can soften and allow her man to take care of her, allow her man to provide and protect and nurture her, allow that. And I think that we'll get to it a little bit later, but I think that there's a lot of healing that has to happen for a woman to truly surrender to a man. There's a lot of healing that has to happen. So I know that this is not easy. I am actually working on undoing a lot of the programming, which is what I talked about the last episode. So surrendering, but also surrendering to the right person. So surrendering, like picking a little better. I talked about this in the last episode. So if you didn't check it out, definitely go check it out. Is your programming preventing your fulfillment? So we want that fulfilling relationship, and we have to do the work to be able to surrender and soften, and know that we are picking someone that is aligned with us in our values and what we stand for. So what is it going to require to be a hybrid lover? So I have come up with a 4-step process, and mind you, trademark, website, it's all in the works, because this is going to be my new framework. And now let me just tell you, I'm not a relationship expert, don't intend to ever be a relationship expert. I am an energy expert. I am an energy coach. So this is me purely coming from the energetic and healing standpoint. And what I want to do is partner with a relationship coach, maybe Danielle Laura, just putting that out in the universe, and have them talk about the relationship aspect of like the dynamic between the man and woman. But I am simply focused on the healing and energetic aspect of it. So my 4-step process to be a hybrid lover, TM, and I call it HEAL. HEEL, like your foot. And you know what? When I was writing this out, I'm like, heal like your foot. But actually, our foot is our foundation. Our foot is our foundation. And I truly believe with every cell in our body, every cell in my body, that home and your relationship is the foundation. If you prioritize home and your relationship, I said this in the last episode, you are going to show up in every other area of your life so much better. When a woman is loved the right way, she has a glow to her, not just when she's pregnant, but when a woman is being loved and nurtured properly, she has a glow to her. When she knows that home is taken care of and home is good, she has an energy and vibration that literally is vibrant. So for me, this is the foundation. This is the foundation. And same thing with a man. When home is good and he's being loved good by his woman, he is going to show up better in business. So It is the foundation. So when I was like, heel, like your foot, it fits. It fits. If you were looking for a sign, here it is. This is your reminder to not settle, to know your worth, and to follow your bliss. This is a reminder to maintain alignment and show up in your fullest expression. Abundant and Aligned Society is an accountability program to remind you that you are a powerful being and you deserve to live the life you truly desire. Go to niajae.com/society to join in on the magic, because life is meant to be abundant. What we have to do is heal, embody, expand, and love. We have to heal to release the programming. And we've lost trust. We've lost trust in our partners. We've lost trust in the opposite sex. We have a lot of disappointment and betrayal and trauma stored in our bodies. And a lot of it is generational. A lot of it is generational. So it may not even be ours. It could be the generations before us, but we have to heal and release the disappointment and betrayal and trauma that is stored in our bodies and in our chakras. Then the next one is embody the divine energy. It's one thing to know it, because a lot of us know that we all have masculine and feminine, but truly embodying it, being that divine energy, embodying it and operating from that place. So it's one thing to know it, but truly embodying it is a whole other level. The next one is expand. We have to expand our thinking and know what is possible for us and tap into the abundance, tap into the infinite love that is available for each of us. So this one is really important because I believe that we're not used to being loved unconditionally. I guarantee that most people are more accustomed to being mistreated than treated well, unfortunately. So we have to expand and know that we are worthy of love, and that divine love, that unconditional love, that healthy love. So expanding what's possible. And I say expand because I shared this on the last podcast episode. If you didn't grow up with your parents, like your mom and your dad, in a healthy relationship, you don't have an example of what a healthy relationship looks like. So it's going to require some expansion and knowing that a healthy relationship is possible. And then the next one is love. So after we expand, then we have to love. We have to welcome in the love. We have to allow the love in, and then we have to be the love. So truly being love, allowing love, and being love, giving love. So really think about it. Like, do you know what it feels like to operate from a place of love? Like all the time, you just ooze love. Everything you do and say comes from a place of love. That is where it's at. That is where it's at. So that's my goal with this, is helping people operate from a place of love. And it's going to be a journey because we have so much programming and so many societal norms that are working against it. But I'm like, this is it. This is it. Being that hybrid lover, allowing in your hybrid lover. So it's a decision that we have to make. It's not just going to come naturally. Like, this is just like who a person is. It has to be a decision. It has to be a decision to show up in this way, knowing that if you are truly embodying your divine energy, you're going to attract that vibrational match, and that divine union is going to be the stuff that they write about in fairy tales. Trust me when I tell you, I believe it with every single cell in my body. And I had to figure out. Now, I will be honest with you guys. My therapist is working on getting me, like, not to think about things, but to feel it. And this, when I was talking about it, I felt it. but now it's embodying it. Just like I said, so everything that I tell you M&Ms, I truly work on myself. So I'm working on softening. I'm working on allowing the man to take control. Like, okay, you know? So it's good. It's going to be a journey, but I hope you're willing to take this journey with me, because I promise you it is worth it. So that's why we're here. We're here to return to love. So the Hybrid Lover TM, it's in the works. I already purchased the domain. The trademark is in the works. You heard it here first. And I love sharing my downloads with you. Like I really do. This podcast is literally like my diary. If I ever wanted to rename it, I would totally rename it Dear Diary. I'm not going to rename it, but if I did, I would totally rename it Dear Diary. But yes, be on the lookout for the Hybrid Lover program. It's going to be a training. It's going to be a book. It's going to be a retreat, maybe even a podcast. So if you'd love a full podcast just on this topic, let me know. So, you can reach out to me on Instagram, slide up in my DM. But you can reach me on Instagram at Niajae, Niajae, and then also through email, contact@niajae.com. So if you found value in this, if you are loving the Hybrid Lover TM, I have to put TM just so people know it's my program, my framework. So if you're loving this, let me know. Let me know, because I want you to be fired up as I'm creating. The more that I know people are fired up about what I'm creating, the more motivation and energy it's going to give me to get it done. So if you are loving this and you're like, yes, I want to be a hybrid lover, like this is for men and women to truly step into their power and then attract or allow in the vibrational match to that. So if that is what you want, definitely let me know. All right, M&Ms, until next time, be decadent. Thank you for tuning in to the Abundance Hack Show. I would love to hear from you. Leave your comments and questions, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our yummy episodes. Every time you leave a 5-star rating or review, I do my happy dance.